What's going on, guys? It's Insomulus here again, back with another video, and for today's video I got a 114 kill to 8 death game on the map Yemen in a 9 vs 9 ground war domination game. And in this gameplay I'm rocking the MSMC submachine gun, and I get hit by a nice bit of lag right here, but it does sort itself out in a second. And on the MSMC I'm rocking the extended mag attachment for my obvious, extended clip, the stock attachment so I can have that nice stalker feeling back from Modern Warfare 3, and I'm also using the long barrel attachment. Now, long barrel is something that I've only just started using, and you can only use it on an unsilenced weapon. It doesn't combine with the silencer, but what it basically does is it increases your damage over range. So submachine guns are normally known for being massive close range powerhouses, but if you put the long barrel attachment on, it helps you out a tiny bit more in those longer range situations, those mid to longer range situations, to gives you a tiny little damage increase, which in my opinion is worth the kind of trade-off for the other attachments, especially if you are running the gun unsilenced. That extra bit of damage does save your life quite a bit and can help out quite a lot. And just before I jump into the tips for this video, I'm going to be focusing this video mainly on tips. I just want to quickly say that as soon as we get 1,000 likes on this video, guys, I will be uploading my next episode of my Nuclear Christmas early. I do actually have it made already, plan to upload later on in the night, but if we can hit 1,000 likes on this video before that kind of set designated time, I will actually upload it early for you guys. And also after that video, there'll also be an extra video which might actually go up, so potentially 3 videos in a day, which is kind of a milestone for me. I never really make that many videos in one day, but I'm going to be trying to become, more active and upload more frequent for you guys. So hopefully you guys do appreciate that. Trying to hit 1,000 likes in this video. And yeah, I'm going to jump into the tips, and basically I've got a tip that's coming up later on, but I will get to that when it actually comes to the point. It's basically a nice little tip that I've found that'll help you guys if people are leaving your games and no one's joining back in. But for now, I'm going to give you guys tips on how to rush effectively in this game, or how I like to rush. Some tips that'll help you out when you are rushing. Now, most of you guys already know Modern Warfare 3 in particular was an extremely, rush-oriented game. The specialist bonus, the Moab, and the speeds of the Moab kind of promoted rushing, in my opinion anyway. It kind of give more promotions towards rushing in that game. And for Black Ops 2, I think the emphasis has gone more towards the not defensive playstyle, but more a passive playstyle where you're playing kind of cautiously and stuff, purely because of a couple of things. One, the streaks and stuff. You've got to work your way towards your streaks. You've got to cautiously work your way towards a flag. Make sure you don't die while you're capping it. At least this is how the majority of the players will try and play the game. And also the map layout, they was made with competitive in mind. I'm pretty sure one of the shoutcasters for one of the competitive events actually helped design the maps. I'm not sure who exactly, but that's the reason there's so many kind of head glitching spots and tactical positions on the map, so they are kind of all usable in a competitive setting. And that kind of does promote a slightly more I'm not going to say defensive playstyle, but I'm going to say a playstyle that requires a lot more thought to it. You're going to see when you do play Black Ops 2, you do notice a lot more people actually running up to head glitches, staying around those for a bit, and then moving out of the cover and moving to a different head glitch. And that's kind of a kind of rusher's worst nightmare. Sorry, I'm stuttering here, but that's kind of the rusher's worst nightmare. I'll get back into that in a sec, but basically right here is a tip. When people leave your games, you're going to see there's only 5 people in my game right now, so I press the start button, then I press Y to go on my friends, and I just go up and down the list spamming the back button on your controller, and that'll basically send invites to everyone you click on. So I just quickly invited during the mid section of the match, I quickly invited all of my recent players, and you're going to notice throughout the next 20 or 30 seconds of this game, the players actually reconnect to this game, and we end up with a full lobby again. So that's my nice little tip for you guys. If you guys are having problems with people leaving your games and you kind of being on for a gameplay or being on for loads of kills and then the lobby gets emptied, that's a nice little way to fix it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it is really nice. As in this gameplay, I probably wouldn't have got this gameplay if those people hadn't have rejoined in from that invite. Because as you guys know, Black Ops 2, a lot of the time it doesn't really put people back into the games. And yeah, so back onto the rushing tips. So how I rush in Black Ops 2 basically is kind of taking these passive thoughts into mind, you know, making sure I know where all of these head glitching spots are, all of these kind of positions, these frequent positions that people go to, or the positions that I normally go to, and make sure I'm always checking them when I'm actually going there. And obviously, in addition with my, you know, blackbirds that I'm calling in, that just helps me out even more, that I can just, you know, completely rush. And if you guys do want to go full rush happy in this game, a setup that I can recommend you guys to use is a UAV, counter UAV and blackbird. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, but when you call in the UAV, you know where the enemies are. When you get in that counter UAV, they don't have a clue where you are, and when you get in that blackbird, you know exactly where they are. So you can pretty much just go completely rush happy if that's your playstyle and that's what you want to do. I do really recommend using that setup. It's a lot of fun. And also another thing, a lot of the maps in this game, seen as they were, you know, built with competitive in mind, they have tons and tons of alternate routes to actually, you know, flank around and take the enemy out of their power position or whatever. As you're going to notice, you know, people tend to complain that too many people camp in this game, but what they don't realise is, and I actually died there like an idiot, I didn't realise I would die from there, but what they don't realise is that there is so many flanking routes in this game. You can't just run straight in like you would in Modern Warfare 3 and outgun someone in a head glitch. You've got to play smart and try and flank them most of the time. And often it does work out. If you do just take a second to think about what you're doing and take a nice little flank route, you can often take out these campers and kind of counteract it, because obviously you guys know the campers or the head glitches are kind of a rusher's worst nightmare. But if you do take into account all the extra routes that you can take and all these head glitches you can do, you can actually rush effectively and counter the camping slash head glitching. So hopefully these tips help you guys. Remember, if we do it 1,000 likes in this video early, guys, I will upload my next video earlier. Final score in this game was 114 kills, 8 deaths, 9 captures and 13 defense. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you do leave me a comment, a like, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.